Hey everybody, Heather here at YouTube. Haven't made a video since the Royal Rumble. Apologies for that. A lot of different stuff going on, as people know. I'm not going to get into that right now. That's not why I'm here. Dynasty is tonight for all of us AEW fans, and there's a lot of talk, a lot of controversy, a lot of stuff going on, talking about the whole Moxley Swerve Strickland match tonight, the world title match, the main event. Now, of course, whose house? Swerve's house. Absolutely. And I am a Swerve fan. And I gotta say, I get it. I know that for a guy like Tony Khan, Moxley is a security blanket. Moxley carried AEW a lot of the time, pre-pandemic, pandemic, post-pandemic era. He carried the company when there were issues going back and forth with CM Punk and his injuries, drama. Everybody knows those stories. I don't want to rehash any of those stories. I'm just using them as an illustration to prove a point. I get it. Mox is a security blanket for TK, and that's perfectly fine. I used to be a big Mox fan myself until his deathmatch stuff started to get a little bit too crazy, but that's a different time, different video. But for right now, there's a lot of people that say, oh, Swerve wins tonight, which I think he should, mind you. Swerve wins tonight. You know, a lot of people are saying, oh, that's bad for Swerve. That's bad for Swerve because that means he's going to be a transitional champion again. This is going to damage his reputation. You know, I disagree. I mean, if Tony Khan for once played his cards right, he could swing this a completely different direction where with all of this new back and forth going on between Swerve and Hangman, the never-ending feud, as we like to call it, he could spin this into something completely different, start a whole new feud, a whole new series, which they're leaning into anyway, let's be honest. Lean into a whole new series of matches, a brand new chapter to the never-ending Swerve Hangman feud, if Swerve wins. Because let's face facts, the Mox stuff is going nowhere. And I'm one of those people, I've said it about the whole Darby Allin thing. Darby Allin, as we speak, training for Mount Everest, should be doing the whole climb fairly soon, you know, fingers crossed for Darby. I don't want anything happening to him, obviously. None of his fans do. But a lot of people say, oh, myself included at one point, said, you know, hey, they're going to wait for Darby to come back before, you know, he has his program with Mox. And then ultimately, at some point down the line, Darby is going to get the belt. But in the meantime, during the duration, there's so much more they could do with Swerve and Hangman as opposed to just Swerve and Mox, especially after what happened on Wednesday night's Dynamite. The whole thing with Willow Nightingale was just too much. I mean, the whole him giving her the Death Rider, dropping her on the top of her head, to me is unacceptable. We all know that Willow's a super tough cookie. She can handle herself. She wouldn't have taken this intergender tag match if she didn't want to do it and knew what was going to happen as a consequence. But it's like I said, there's so much more they could do with Swerve and Hangman Chapter 2 than they could ever do with Mox right now. So that's my point. There's a lot of amazing cards, a lot of amazing matches on this card, excuse me. The one thing I'm looking forward to most is the triple threat, Kenny Omega, Speedball Mike Bailey, and Ricochet. That is going to be a class 4.5, 5-star match. Easy. Just from the talent that's in that ring alone, much less the story they're trying to tell, bringing in Speedball Mike Bailey and everything. But anyway, this video was primarily supposed to be about Swerve, so I'm going to close out on Swerve. If the pundits are right, Swerve's not winning tonight, which personally I think sucks. But you know, maybe just maybe, Tony Khan was smart enough to capitalize on a Swerve video win, pay-per-view win once before. Maybe he'll be smart and do it again and realize that there's still a lot of steam left, a lot more they can do with Swerve in terms of Hangman or any other potential challengers, unfinished business he has. But anyway, hope everyone's looking forward to Dynasty tonight. Equal Opportunity Channel. I know WrestleMania is like in 2 weeks, and everybody's going to have a video up on that. Hopefully me too as well at some point. But for right now, I just wanted to say my piece about Swerve Strickland. Anyway, everybody enjoy Dynasty tonight. Shout out to Cultaholic. I'm going to be watching their watch along tonight and see how it goes. And anyway, everyone enjoy AEW, enjoy Dynasty tonight, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Bye.